What is a percent of 2 out of 50? That's really what it's saying. So the trick here, right, to memorize how to set up your question, the question is really, what is 40 out of 50? What is 2 out of 50? So do you understand what it means out of? What kind of math problem is that? Out of. It's division. 40 out of 50 will give you that percent, which is going to give it to you in decimal first, but I already taught you how to change decimals to percent. So once you get the decimal, you change it into percent by moving the decimal twice to the right, and then you got it. So this is really a division problem. The trick is the answer, no matter what number it is, if it's small or big, divide that answer by the number out of. So 2 out of 50. So if you think about it, 4 out of 50 is a lot. It's almost a whole amount, which means your percentage has to be over 50%. Because what is half of 50? 25. So 25 out of 50 would be exactly 50%, which means 40 out of 50 has to be more than 50%. Look at 2 out of 50. 2 is a really small amount out of 50. So that means it's going to be a very small percentage. 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, something really, really, really small. If your answer comes out to something bigger, that's how you get to check your answer that you're wrong. If you get on this answer something less than 50%, you know you're wrong because 40 is more than 25, so it has to be more than 50%. I hope I didn't confuse you and you understood what I said. I know I'm talking fast, but also for the sake of the timing of the video. So now let's divide 40 divided by 50. I already showed you how to do this, right? Which another trick you could do is eliminate those zeros. So 40 divided by 50 is going to give you the same thing as 4 divided by 5. I already told you in and out, no matter what, your top number goes inside, even if it's smaller. A lot of people always think that the big number always goes inside. That's not true. Your top number, which is your numerator, always goes inside the box. 5 goes into 4 how many times? It doesn't fit. 5 is too big for a 4. So we're going to put a 0. And then we have no more numbers. So I already showed you the trick. What are we supposed to do? Add a decimal and another 0. Because 4 means the same thing as 4.0. So I really didn't change anything. I just added something to help me find the answer. So now we say, how many times does 5 go into 40? Well, 8 times. Because 5 times 8 is 40. And if we subtract that, ding, 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 we're done. But what did I forget? Which is common error that everybody forgets. To bring that decimal up. My answer is not 8. My answer is 0.8. It's a big difference, guys, than 8. 8 wholes means $8. 0.8 means 80 cents. Big, big difference. Do not lose your decimals or you lose the answer. So now if our answer is 0.8, that is not the percent and we want the percent. So you got to move that decimal twice to the right. So once you move it to the right, 1, 2. What did I say you do with those empty spots? You add a 0. So this 0 eliminates this decimal, just move to the back. That decimal could be invisible. So this becomes 80%. And we know that it's good because 40 out of 50 is really, really close. It's almost 100%. So 80% makes sense. So your answer is 80%. So now let's go to 2 out of 50. That's going to be a small percent. So if we divide that, remember, in and out, your top number always goes inside the box no matter what. I feel like I need more space. So let me erase this right here and do it right here. So 2 goes inside the box. 50 goes outside. Can 50 go inside a 2? No. That's like wearing a size shoe 50 and you get a tiny little shoe that's size 2. Does your big old foot fit in there? No, it does not fit. So that's why we put 0. We have no more numbers, but you already know the trick. Add a decimal, add a 0. 50 goes into 20 how many times? It still doesn't fit. 20 is too small for a 50. So we still add a 0. And please, please, please bring your decimal right away to the top or you're going to forget about that decimal and it's going to mess up your whole answer. My students went through that all the time. So it still doesn't fit. So guess what? Keep adding zeros till it fits. When you add zeros, as long as you put the decimal, you're not changing the amount. You're not doing anything to the problem. Just trying to figure it out. So 50 goes into 200 how many times? How many $50 bills do you need to make 200 bucks? Yes, 4 of them. We need 4 because 50 times 4 will give you the 200 bucks. And that's 0. We are done. So guess what? 2 out of 50 means 0.04. We still got to change that into a percent. Move the decimal twice to the right. 1, 2. Your decimal's all the way in the back. So that becomes 0.04 with the decimal in the back, right? This 0 can be invisible. This 0 could be invisible. That decimal could be invisible. So your answer is 2 out of 50 equals 4%. And that makes sense. Remember, I told you it has to be a small amount because 2 out of 50 is a little bit. It's like $2 out of $50. That's a small amount. That's only 4% of your 50 bucks. It's a small percentage. And we know that that is correct. And that is how you do that. A lot of work, huh? I love math. Arriba la vida. Subscribe.